Minister Mark here, and I promised God that I would minister on this handle twice a week, right? So today is Wednesday. I said Wednesday and Sunday. So by the grace of God, especially during this 1 year abstinence with commitment journey, I'm going to do my best to keep to it. And so yeah, here we are, and this message just came to my mind. What is your story? Are you ashamed to own your story? We have to continue thinking about Proverbs 3, verse 5 to 6, which is my personal memory verse, my memory verse. So I look at everything, especially with regards to my ministry, in light of this verse, right? Lean not on your own understanding, but in everything acknowledge God, and He will make your path straight. You can sometimes have that kind of story that even you yourself, the story scares you, and you really try to understand your story or make sense of your story, or beautify your story, make it a wonderful story. That kind of story you sometimes hear in church, like this person, in short, they were just born and they just went up straight like that, and then they just started preaching, and then they were just healing and rebuking devils and all of that, and then they died, and then they went to heaven. That kind of story. But that's not the kind of story I have, and that's not the kind of story I'm going to ever fake having. And then the Bible is full of stories, people's stories. And there was a time I took a Bible quiz of the personality I most resemble in the Bible, and guess who I resembled? Rahab. Is it Rahab or Rahab? I think it's Rahab, right? She who hid the spies and all of that, who was kind of a loose woman or a prostitute, one of those names like that. And you could imagine that her story was so embarrassing, like people came to her house only at night, that kind of thing. Like, yeah, but people still went there, but they will pretend during the day like they don't know the road to her house. Anyway, the amazing thing about Rahab is that she is one of, I think, 3 women who are mentioned in the genealogy of Jesus Christ. So you see, your story doesn't determine where you stand in God's plan of things, or what is His purpose for you. Sometimes that story is actually what is going to kind of make His glory really shine, and people will be like, but if she can have this kind of story, and she can still do this kind of thing for God, and she can still serve this way, and she can still be this, then oh my goodness, I don't have no reason to be ashamed of my story and stuff like that. So I just wanted to put this out there today. Don't want to be too long and stuff like that. I really just want to be kind of a very down to earth, keeping it real kind of minister. And God told me that's okay. Doesn't expect me to be sitting up there that way, all of that. No, 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 no. Sometimes people are just so formal, and then there's a category of people who really just feel like that is not for me, because nobody would even think of me. Nobody would recognize me if I go into a church. Nobody will even come and say, come in front. Nobody will give me a seat. They will just look at me the way I'm dressed, or the way I'm looking, or the way and all of that. No, 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 no. So they just stay them away. So I really feel like that's my ministry, more of for those kind of people and everything. So I just have to keep it real. So I just finished working out, and I've just been sitting here by this corner of my backyard or stuff like that. And then I was just really thinking about the message I'm going to put out there today. So whoever watches this later on, maybe on my YouTube channel is Mag and God. I really have to put the link on the description, or let God just do His thing. But He told me my own part is to put the content out there, and who needs it is going to get it when they need to get it and how they need to get it. So that is that. I just wish us a wonderful Wednesday. We are getting close to the end of the year. Today is the 29th, right? So really think about your story, what has been your story all along, and if you can share your story, or if you're ashamed of your story. And then read a few stories from the Bible. Even David's own. Was it straight? No. David, who was after God's heart, could still commit adultery, could still have somebody killed because he wanted his wife or his vineyard and all of those kind of things. So please don't kill yourself, yoke yourself, be so embarrassed because of your story, right? Own your story, use it to glorify God, share it as a testimony, however, whenever you feel like. Okay, so Take care, everybody. To God be the glory, great things He has done. Until Sunday, right? God bless us all.